Welcome to our channel Valuable Coins All World. In this video, I gave you information about United States of America Washington quarter dollar, which are most valuable and rare. If you interested, please see this full video. Thanks. Top 1. The United States of America is known for its rich history, especially when it comes to its currency. Among the numerous coins minted throughout the years, some have become incredibly rare and highly sought after by collectors. One such coin is the 1965 Washington quarter, which holds a special place in numismatic history. The Washington quarter has been in circulation since 1932, and over the years, various versions and mintages have been produced. However, what makes the 1965 Washington quarter stand out is its connection to a unique event in American coinage history. In 1965, the United States faced a coin shortage. To combat this shortage, the U.S. Mint decided to alter the composition of certain coins, including the quarter. Traditionally, quarters were made of 90% silver and 10% copper. But due to the rising cost of silver, the U.S. Mint switched to a composition of copper-nickel in 1965, making the quarters no longer silver. This change, however, was not without its consequences. A small number of 1965 Washington quarters were mistakenly minted with the old silver composition before the change was fully implemented. These coins, known as the silver-era quarters, are incredibly rare and highly valuable today. It's these rare silver 1965 Washington quarters that have sparked a frenzy in the world of coin collecting. What makes the 1965 Washington quarter so intriguing to collectors is not just its rarity, but also its historical significance. This coin represents a time when the U.S. Mint was trying to solve a critical problem while preserving the integrity of its currency. A mistake like this, with the silver content remaining in some of the quarters, is a treasure for those who understand the intricacies of coinage history. Over the years, the value of these coins has skyrocketed. As demand increases and the availability of these rare silver quarters decreases, prices continue to rise. Coins that were once considered common or everyday currency have turned into valuable pieces of history. If you happen to stumble upon a 1965 Washington quarter, be sure to check it carefully. With the right conditions and the silver era present, you could be holding on to a small fortune. For example, a pristine specimen of this coin has been known to sell for up to $145,000. As a collector or an investor in coins, it's essential to keep an eye out for rare varieties like the 1965 Washington quarter. Not only do they hold significant historical value, but they can also be an incredible financial asset. Top 2. The United States of America is home to some of the most iconic and valuable coins in the world, and among these is the 1973 Washington quarter. This particular coin, which features George Washington's image on the obverse and an eagle on the reverse, holds more than just sentimental or historical value. It has become a sought-after item for collectors and investors alike. The Washington quarter, first introduced in 1932 to commemorate George Washington's 200th birthday, has gone through many changes over the decades. While most of the 1973 quarters were minted with the standard copper-nickel composition, there are specific versions of the 1973 Washington quarter that have caught the attention of numismatists and enthusiasts worldwide. One key aspect that makes the 1973 Washington quarter so interesting is the minting process and its connection to specific mint marks. Quarters produced in 1973 came from different mints: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, and depending on the mint mark, the coin's value can vary significantly. But even within these regular issues, there is a unique element that can drastically increase the value of the 1973 Washington quarter: errors. Among the many coins produced that year, there was a mistake that led to the creation of certain error coins, which are far rarer and more valuable than their standard counterparts. Some 1973 Washington quarters feature double strikes, misalignments, or other minting imperfections that make them stand out from the rest. These error coins are considered rarities, and the price they fetch at auctions can leave coin collectors astonished. Beyond the errors, another reason the 1973 Washington quarter stands out is the strong demand from collectors, driven by its distinct place in American history. The 1970s were a time of significant social and political change in the U.S., and coins minted during this period reflect that era's cultural and economic landscape. As a result, collectors look for quarters from this year not just for their rarity, but for the piece of history they represent. For those lucky enough to possess a rare, well-preserved 1973 Washington quarter, it's not just about owning a piece of history. It's also about making a profitable investment. A coin in excellent condition, especially one with a mint error, can command an impressive price in today's market. The value of these coins continues to rise as demand for them grows. In fact, a pristine example of a 1973 Washington quarter with a rare error was recently sold for a staggering $109,000. With such high potential for profit, it's clear that these coins are more than just valuable. They're an opportunity for collectors to own a piece of history while securing a future financial return. Top 3. The Washington quarter, a staple of U.S. currency, has long been admired by collectors and historians alike. First introduced in 1932, the Washington quarter has evolved in design and composition over the decades, with each new series offering something unique. The 1974 Washington quarter is no exception. Though it may seem like a common coin at first glance, its history and specific characteristics have made it a standout in the world of coin collecting. The 1974 Washington quarter, like other coins from this era, was struck in a copper-nickel alloy, following the removal of silver from most circulating coins in 1965. While this was the standard composition for many years, what sets the 1974 Washington quarter apart from its counterparts is its place in the timeline of American currency. The 1970s were a period of change for the country, marked by political shifts, social movements, and economic challenges. As such, the quarters minted during this decade have become symbols of that transformative time in American history. But it's not just the coin's historical significance that makes it so intriguing. The 1974 Washington quarter is part of a larger series of coins that collectors have come to highly value, especially those that feature rare characteristics. Some quarters minted in 1974 contain errors, mistakes made during the minting process, that can greatly increase their value. Whether it's a double strike, a misaligned die, or a unique minting flaw, these error coins are highly sought after, as they are rare and not commonly found in circulation. One of the reasons collectors are so interested in the 1974 Washington quarter is the fact that, like most coins, many of them were mass-produced and spent throughout the years. Finding a well-preserved example in excellent condition can be a challenge. Those that have been kept in pristine condition, free from scratches, discoloration, or wear, are particularly valuable. A quarter with minimal wear and damage can fetch a much higher price than one that shows signs of heavy circulation. But it's not just about the condition of the coin. It's about the story behind it. Coins that are linked to significant historical events or those with errors in their minting process have a certain allure for collectors. The 1974 Washington quarter, especially those with rare characteristics, allows collectors to connect with the past in a very tangible way. As the years pass, more and more of these quarters are removed from circulation, further increasing the rarity of high-quality examples. In a market driven by rarity and demand, the value of these coins has steadily risen over time. If you happen to have a 1974 Washington quarter tucked away in your collection, it could be worth far more than you expect. For collectors who have come across an error-free or pristine 1974 Washington quarter, or better yet, a coin with a unique minting flaw, you might be holding on to something very special. In fact, one such coin recently sold for an impressive $104,000. It's a testament to the timeless appeal of the Washington quarter and the ever-growing demand for rare and valuable coins. Top 4. The Washington quarter, an iconic symbol of American currency, has been circulating since 1932, and over the years, it has become much more than just a coin. With each year, certain Washington quarters stand out for various reasons. Whether it's due to a unique minting process, a significant historical context, or a rare production error. The 1979 Washington quarter is one of those special coins that have captured the attention of collectors and investors around the world. The 1979 Washington quarter is part of the post-silver era, which means it was struck in the standard copper-nickel alloy, unlike earlier quarters made with silver. Despite this, the coin still holds a unique place in American numismatic history, especially for collectors of the late 20th century. The 1970s were a decade of economic transition in the U.S., and coins from this period, including the 1979 Washington quarter, are prized for their connection to that era. However, It's not just the historical significance of the coin that makes it so interesting. One key factor that drives the value of the 1979 Washington quarter is its rarity. While millions of these coins were minted, not all of them were kept in mint condition, and as time has passed, finding a quarter in excellent or near-perfect condition has become increasingly rare. Coin collectors value well-preserved pieces, and a 1979 quarter in near-perfect condition can fetch a price much higher than one that has been heavily worn. Moreover, there are specific features that collectors pay close attention to when evaluating the value of these quarters. The 1979 Washington quarter was minted with different mint marks, depending on the location of production: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Quarters minted in San Francisco, for instance, are often considered more desirable, especially if they were part of proof sets, which are specially produced coins that are made with a higher level of care and precision. In addition to the regular quarters, there are also rarer versions that were minted with errors, mistakes that occurred during the coin production process. These errors are often highly coveted by collectors, as they offer a glimpse into the complexities of the minting process. Some 1979 Washington quarters exhibit minting flaws such as double dies, misaligned strikes, and other imperfections that make them stand out from their more common counterparts. Coins with these types of errors are usually worth significantly more than regular production coins. The value of the 1979 Washington quarter continues to grow as collectors hunt for the rarest and most pristine examples. Even a single well-preserved example of the coin could lead to a surprising windfall for the fortunate owner. For those who possess a coin with an error or one in near-perfect condition, the financial reward can be substantial. Over time, the market for rare coins has become increasingly competitive, with high-value coins constantly being bought and sold at auctions, through dealers, and among collectors. As the demand for these coins continues to rise, the value of the 1979 Washington quarter has also followed suit. Some of the most exceptional examples of this coin have been known to fetch staggering prices at auctions, with one such coin recently selling for an astounding $93,000. This incredible value highlights just how much the Washington quarter, especially the 1979 edition, has become a prized possession for those in the numismatic community. Whether you're a seasoned coin collector or someone who's just starting to explore the world of rare coins, the 1979 Washington quarter is a great example of how the value of currency can evolve over time, becoming not only a piece of history but also a valuable financial asset. Top 5. The Washington quarter has been a mainstay in American coinage for decades, and while many of these coins are still circulating today, some years stand out more than others in the world of numismatics. One of those standout years is 1986. The 1986 Washington quarter, like most of its counterparts from this era, was struck using the standard copper-nickel alloy that replaced silver in most circulating coins starting in 1965. Despite its standard composition, the 1986 Washington quarter has gained considerable attention for its rarity, its place in American history, and the exceptional value it has amassed over time. During the 1980s, America was in the midst of significant change, and 1986 holds particular importance as the year the U.S. Mint celebrated the 200th anniversary of the Statue of Liberty. While this event is commemorated through other coins, the Washington quarter, a symbol of American history in its own right, also gained popularity during this period. The 1986 Washington quarter, however, is unique in the context of coin collecting not just because of the historical moment it represents, but also because of certain traits that make it valuable to collectors. While most of the 1986 quarters were produced in large numbers and are still fairly common today, the condition of these coins plays a major role in determining their value. Many of the 1986 quarters that were released into circulation over the years have suffered from wear and damage, which lowers their overall worth. But for collectors, the most valuable examples of the 1986 Washington quarter are those that have remained in excellent, almost pristine condition. The finer details of the design, the sharpness of the lettering, and the overall cleanliness of the coin are factors that can significantly impact its value. In addition to the coins in top condition, there are a small number of 1986 Washington quarters that feature rare errors, mistakes that occurred during the minting process. These errors are highly sought after by collectors, as they offer a glimpse into the unpredictable nature of coin production. Examples of error coins include those with double dies, where the design appears more than once, or misaligned strikes that create off-center images. These minting errors make certain 1986 quarters more desirable, and they can be worth far more than the standard, error-free versions. What makes the 1986 Washington quarter even more fascinating is how it fits into the broader context of the U.S. mint's production during the 1980s. The country was experiencing a transition, both politically and economically, and coins from this era reflect that shift. As such, many collectors are particularly interested in quarters from this period, as they represent a specific chapter in the nation's history. Over time, demand for these quarters has only increased. The rarity of well-preserved or error coins, along with the continued interest in 1980s-era U.S. coins, has pushed the value of the 1986 Washington quarter higher in the marketplace. For those who are fortunate enough to own one of these rare and pristine coins, the potential for a significant return on investment is high. A few exceptional examples of the 1986 Washington quarter have been sold at auction for stunning prices. Coins with high-grade conditions or notable minting errors have fetched impressive amounts, with one such coin recently being valued at an astounding $75,000. The value of this coin highlights how a seemingly ordinary piece of currency can turn into an extraordinary investment for those who understand the intricate world of numismatics.